What's going on, guys? Bassquatch here. Welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be a little different, something I've never shown on this channel before, but today was straight dog dookie outside, so decided not to go fishing. But today's video is going to be, again, something I've never had on this channel before, but I think it's something you guys might enjoy. So let me just show you what I've been working on. So I'm sure most of you guys do know about this on this channel. I have this beautiful cutlass here I bought for $400. She does need a whole lot of work, but it's something that I have been enjoying working on. Let me just show you guys here this beautiful fender here. The side, broken mirror, but she sounds good, runs just fine. When I first got it, the brakes didn't last too long, so I ended up completely changing the master cylinder, changed the brake lines. I've already put quite a bit of work into this thing, actually, but today I'm going to be working on the inner and outer tie rods for this car. Another issue that I had right off the bat was it wasn't driving all that smooth. I've already changed the strut assemblies. Had to do this one because you could tell these guys weren't looking all that hot, but this is also my upper control arm for this car. Because it only has the lower control arm, so these guys work as the upper control arm. Now, changing these guys out, this should help out my alignment tremendously, especially getting some brand new ones. Last time I was under the car, these guys were moving around quite a bit, and this guy's nice and firm, which I'll show you guys the old ones once I take them off. But I guess let me go ahead and walk you guys through the tools that you'll need. Alright, so I have everything laid out here pretty nice and organized for me. I'm going to be using a rubber mallet, which I'll show you guys again when I'm going to use this. I also have a size 13 wrench. I've got a 19mm socket wrench. I've got a 7/8 inch wrench. And then obviously the new tie rod ends that comes with its own castle nut and the cotter pin. But something else that I had to pick up, which you guys can do for free at places like O'Reilly's or Advanced Auto Parts. It's their tool loaner program, and essentially what you do is you put a down payment on these guys. You have 48 hours to return it, and they give you a full refund on it. But this guy is going to be what we use to pull those tie rods out of there. So let me go ahead and pop up this car and show you guys how it looks. So the first thing you're going to want to do, you're going to want to remove this cotter pin from out of this castle nut. After you do that, slip your socket wrench on there. Take this guy off of there. There we go. Now to get the tie rod end, the outer tie rod end off of there, you have two options. There is a tie rod puller. The other option, which to me this is a lot easier, thread that castle nut back on there. Whoop. Upside down. If you want to reuse it. I am replacing it, so I'm not going to worry about reusing it, but we're going to thread that puppy on there just like that, upside down, and we're going to go ahead and whack that with a mallet. Let's go ahead and grab our mallet. Like I said, you're going to whack right on the end here. Shouldn't take too much. There we go. Smack that puppy right off of there. And there we are. Now, the next step is a bolt right back here. We're going to loosen that guy up. That's essentially just locked down to the outer tie rod, so we're going to loosen that guy up so that this can come off by hand right here. So let me grab the wrench, we'll get that off of there. Alright, now a good trick, instead of holding this end to take that off, slide this back in the hole. Let's get that camera in focus. Slide that right back in there. That way once you go to turn, it's going to already have the opposite. It's going to be holding it down for you. Now that's not going to come all the way off, so after we loosen it up, pop this guy back out there, and this should realistically spin freely, and it's not. So now what we're going to do is we're going to throw a wrench on here to hold that down so we can get this outer tie rod off. There we go, we're set up. I got the wrench sitting on something else to hold it in place for me. I'm going to go ahead and turn this guy. There we go. Now it's free spinning. There we go. Let's go ahead and take this off. Now, if you want to keep it pretty well in line, this guy needs a major alignment. So I'm not gonna worry about it too much. I'll just do a little trick to last me for now. But you want to count how many times you turn this guy. So starting downward, we've already gone once. So it'll be 2, 3, 4. All right, so here's our old one, and here's our new one. And it actually wasn't really that bad. It was just incredibly dry. It didn't get greased up at all. So I'm going to go ahead and replace that guy. Yeah, even the threading in there's not too bad. It's a little rusted on, but I'm going to throw this nice, clean, juicy looking one and make sure that we grease this up so we don't run into this problem again. Alright, so now that we got the outer tie rod end off, what we're going to do, I'm going to try to show you guys. Don't know how well you'll be able to see it, but there is a clip right here that holds this boot on. What we're going to need to do is get a pair of pliers, squeeze that down and pull it off of there. Probably not going to do it on camera because I'm going to need both hands, and that's a pretty tight space, so go ahead and get that off of there. Alright, there's that clip I was talking about right here. There's that clip. We took that off of there. That's going to loosen up this bolt. Now, normally, I mean, there is on this side, and I actually just felt back there. Again, that's tight spaces, so I can't really show you. But there's a hose that attaches that is actually unattached. So I think that's part of the issues we were having there. And there's also a one-time use clip that's on the back that we have to break off. So I'm going to grab a screwdriver and show you guys how that works. Shoot dang. It's actually kind of tricky to get this guy off of there. And it wasn't even this boot. There's a bolt on there that it took me some time to take off of there. But this clamp right here was the one-time use clamp I was mentioning. All you do to get that off of there is stick a screwdriver right in there. Get the camera to focus. Stick a screwdriver in there, and twist it, and that'll break this off. Now what we're going to do to replace it, a lot of these are going to come with zip ties. A lot of these boots are going to come with zip ties when you buy them. So for now I'm just going to use zip ties until I could hopefully find one of these clips somewhere. They're kind of hard to find, but let me go ahead and show you guys what's going on now. Alright, I finally got that boot off of there. Now I don't know if you guys will be able to see it really well, but there's a blue sleeve that fits right over the tie rod and knuckle that goes in that we have to thread off. So in order to do that, I'm just going to get some grip gloves. Should be able to spin that thing by hand and just slide it right on off. That way we can get our tool around the tie rod end and get this guy off of there. So since you guys probably won't be able to see what I'm doing underneath the car, I'll just show you with this new tie rod end what this tool here does. Now it's going to come with all these different sizes. That should be actually rather universal. I don't know that there's many cars that this wouldn't work on. But you're going to take this end and you're going to feed it over this, just like that. There we go. And then you're going to take this tool right here and you're going to take this wide end, slide the tie rod inside, and take this and line up those arms with the holes right in here. And then once you do that, all you do is give this a twist. That'll lock it into place. Then you're going to take socket wrench right here and use it to twist that entire thing off. So let me go ahead and get under the car, get that tie rod off, and show you guys some more on how everything's looking. Alright, there we are. We got her off of there. So that is the old one right here. Doesn't look too bad. I'm pretty sure, considering it had that sleeve on there, pretty sure these are the original ones, so actually not too bad for 170,000 miles. And here is the new one. Nice and pretty and strong there. Comes with these nice hefty bolts, so we're going to keep that bolt instead of reusing the old one. So let's go ahead and reverse everything we did and put her back together. Alright, so we got the new tie rod on there. Now when you put this boot on there, you guys will have to be mindful. There's a hose that goes into the end of this, so you got to line that up with the hose. And again, we're putting zip ties on there. The best way to do that is to put the zip ties on first without tightening them down all the way, and then once it has been lined up, hoses connected and everything else like that, tighten it down and clip it. Now again, this tool, fantastic tool. I don't know if I mentioned it, but I'll mention it again anywho. You can rent this thing at any auto parts store, at least the big guys, O'Reilly's, AutoZone, Advanced Auto Parts. It's the Ever Tough. Cool thing about it, I mean, it seems a little expensive, but as soon as you turn it back, you have 48 hours to turn it back in. As soon as you turn it back in, they give you a full refund. So essentially, it's a free tool. This is the Master Inner Tie Rod Tool Set. Definitely, if you're going to do tie rods, especially the inners, you're going to want this guy. It's a, I don't know how you do the job without it. I guess there's other ways, but I mean, it's free. Might as well. But let's go ahead and put that boot on. All right, and there you have it, guys. So, did a very short-term alignment here. Rotated a couple tires. Just so we can get a little bit of better tread here. I think just in a couple days we're going to be getting some new tires and a professional alignment done. Because the most I can do is the toe. I can't do the cam. So if you guys like the video, definitely let me know. Because this car has been taking up most of the free time that I've had lately, which has not allowed me to go fishing as often as I used to. So if you guys could, if you liked the video, go ahead and like it and subscribe to the channel. Also, hit the notification bell so you guys don't miss any future videos. And if you didn't like this video, leave me some suggestions of what you guys would like to see. And again, if you did like the videos, also let me know in the comment section so I could plan for the future. Let you guys know I've got some big plans in store for this car. So until next time, tight lines and keep on fishing.